Okay. MINISODE. Love it.
Yes, good.
So
we're professional singers.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Welcome to Wines and Dolls, a podcast where Chelsea and Emily whine and talk about musicals. Welcome.
Wine is a double entendre.
We are we're currently cleaning hot cocoa with vodka.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about what we're drinking.
Out of the thing that we put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's chemical, so don't lick it.
Don't lick it. Can I? But
Don't lick it.
can I slurp it a little?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Sounds like you're slurping.
My hot cocoa is almost gone. This is very alcoholic hot cocoa.
Oh, I keep forgetting mine in the kitchen.
She keeps forgetting stuff.
Yours is
Cheers.
super empty.
It is.
So this is, I don't know, I've never named it. So
It's
I
really
really need
good.
to name it.
Oh,
Okay, the drink.
so it's chocolatey. It's a little pepperminty.
chocolate.
There's vodka in it, right?
It is hot chocolate, vodka, Bailey's, and Kahlua.
Sexy hot chocolate.
Sexy hot chocolate.
That's what you need to call it.
It's sexy hot chocolate.
It's sexy hot chocolate.
And it has coconut milk. And I usually use Coffee Mate, peppermint mocha, but I used Nut Pod. To keep it vegan-ish. Nut Pod.
Nut pod.
There's other names for that too. So it sounds like something where you keep it drunk
Delicious nuts
in a pod.
in a pod.
And then
Yep.
that's what I was using.
Let's drink our alcohol.
Let's
Ready?
drink.
1, 2, 3, drink. I almost said drink bitch, but that I'm
Drink
pretty
wrong.
sure.
I think that's trademarked.
I'm pretty sure that's trademarked.
Right, by a drag queen.
Drag queens in Houston.
By one drag
By
queen.
one particular. We love you, Regina.
We talk about Regina a lot on the show. I think
can't
we need to go ahead and
wait
bring
for
her on
Regina.
the show.
Regina, can you just. Regina. I've been drinking faster than you.
You really have. And I'm
really
thinking
good.
about the second one. Oh, there's also
I'm like hungover
there's
from
also
yesterday.
collagen peptides in it to help
it's
Chelsea
healthy.
with her hangover.
It's healthy.
And also grow her hair and nails.
Oh, really? That's going to help my hair?
I
And my
guess
nails?
that's what I was told.
I've got like shit nails and hair. Like,
Pinterest told me it helps
this
your
is-
head.
this is Pinterest.
This Pinterest told me
Damn it.
that it will grow your hair and make your hair nice and strong, just like if you were drinking milk.
Yeah.
But because
Oh,
I
lies.
don't drink milk,
Milk doesn't actually help your bones.
it makes you hormonal.
I'm already there.
Okay, good.
I'm already hormonal.
Ask me what I'm whining about. Ask me what
Hey,
I'm whining.
Emily.
Yeah,
Hey.
Chelsea.
Hey, Emily.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Hey,
Hey, Chelsea.
what are you whining about today?
You threw out the gluten-free pizza.
All right, y'all.
Y'all, okay. I went over to Chelsea's house and
The sign that this is going to be a very successful.
for James's birthday. James is her boyfriend.
Hey, baby.
And she had texted in the group. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have gluten-free pizza for this one person." I'm like, "Oh, Chelsea knows I'm gluten-free. We have a podcast together and we talk about it."
We just started.
And that's true. But we show up because I was thinking about it. Do I text her to tell her? No, I'll just go over and I show up. I go, "I'm hungry."
What time did you show up?
I showed up at 10.
What time did the party start?
7. That has nothing
yeah.
to do with it. Because I get there and I go, "Oh my gosh, you have pizza. Can I get it on that gluten-free pizza?" And she goes, "Oh, I just threw it away."
Like literally had just put it in the trash
But
can.
literally, there was still other pizza there.
But-
so why she threw away the gluten-free pizza?
Because it's shit. I'm sorry, I love you, but gluten-free pizza is disgusting.
It's funny because I'm definitely gonna be ordering a gluten-free pizza pretty soon.
I'm sure you are.
And so that you can get on or not. So I show up and it's thrown away. And literally, I looked at her and I go, "Chelsea, this is what I'm whining about." And then I held on to it. And here we are talking about it.
Here we are.
Like I gave you warning.
Oh, we're talking about it
Did you forget?
again.
I know.
Again.
Also, I beat you in Quiplash, so that's another thing
Wow,
I'm
like
whining about.
once.
Okay, literally, Chelsea and I kept putting the same answer ish. There was one that was like, "What do you call pooping in the land of Oz?" And I wrote Munchkins, and she wrote Munchkin squats. And
No, that wasn't
Munchkin
me.
squats. Oh, it wasn't.
That was James.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you and James are.
Oh, me and James were making the same pun. Oh, okay. This is why
Yeah.
this is why we're friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's also why James is awesome.
I'm gonna.
Chelsea, what are you whining about?
I'm going to whine about my hangover for a second.
Okay. She just did a kick-ass performance of, it was a production.
It was a production.
Of I Don't Want to Show Off No More, whatever it's called. I Don't Want to Show Off.
Yeah, I don't want to show off. It's called Show Off. Drowsy Chaperone.
Okay, Show Off from Drowsy Chaperone.
Yeah.
And at the Broadway Cabaret
We Love You, Regina.
esque show in Houston, it's a drag. We kind of talked about it. It's a drag show where they have live singers who aren't in drag, and they also have people who are in drag.
All doing Broadway musical
And it's all
stuff.
Broadway musicals, and they're always themed. And Chelsea is one of the resident performers, but she performs once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the theme was contemporary musicals, and Chelsea was like, I'm going to show off. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Chelsea's going to sing Show Off, and it's going to be great. And then I see a post where she's with Carlos, who's an incredible choreographer. I was like, okay, well, now there's a choreographer involved, and they're rehearsing.
And then videos of my props.
And then I meet her entire cast from when she music directed Drowsy Chaperone. And then they get up and get a mic. And then they were like, you cannot move, and hey, can you help me take off my corset? I get that asked a lot.
She's really good at taking corsets
Oh
off.
my God, it's because I have to wear one.
Right.
Anyway, so what I thought was going to be a number was a production.
Yes. Because go big or go home.
Yeah, and you went real big.
I went real big. That's
Real big.
about that's as high as it gets. That's it.
That was probably the
peaked.
best performance at Broadway.
I'm
So
meeting new
Chelsea
people.
is hungover
Stupid.
because after
I'm
her
hungover.
big production, she went and drank. What she didn't know is I was drinking ranch water.
That's smart.
Yeah, my tequila and water.
And tequila and topo. So
I
last
was
night,
sober.
before my big production of Show Off, I had a shot of whiskey, which I drank slowly. And then after Show Off, Brian, the bartender, decided to buy me a shot of whiskey, or Rana bought it. I don't know, but Brian wanted to do a shot with me.
One of them.
It was either one of them. They're both
Brian or Rona. They both buy shots.
I love them both.
So Chelsea's hungover.
I'm hungover right now, so I'm just whining about that. So then, Rana bought me another drink afterwards. Okay, so I'm still a little hungover. Rana's an enabler. I love Brian. This is at Michael's Outpost, by the way, guys. Go to Michael's Outpost Monday nights at 9 p.m. Anyway.
So Chelsea's hungover.
Today in our mini-sode, we will be talking about our very worst dance call experiences. And some of our funniest as well, because they tend to go hand in hand with me.
Yeah, yes. Do you want to go first?
I will go first. Do you want to start with a happy story or a really sad tale?
Let's start with the sad tale.
Okay. There once was a girl named Chelsea who thought she...
I heard she's a bitch.
God. Wow.
That side eye that just happened.
Rude. By the way, I'm wearing a tiara right now.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Christmas hat that says Bah Humbug.
Yeah, she is the Grinch right now.
Sorry.
Anyway, so I went through a big change in my life and decided, yeah, you know what? I'm going to use all my divorce money to go to New York and live there for a month and do all the auditions. And I went to New York and I felt so super confident. Went to a ton of auditions, didn't work for a month, just lived out of my friend's closet in his kitchen. And it was a room. It was a legit room, but it was like
pantry.
a closet.
Oh, okay.
It's tiny. It's very tiny. It was a tiny space. And when James came to visit, when James came
That was the hot chocolate with the collagen.
My hot chocolate's gone, y'all.
Sexy hot chocolate.
Sexy hot chocolate. Is it sexy or sassy?
Sexy.
Sexy hot chocolate.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't describe our everyday.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
I guess
right?
we do with sexy too.
So anyway, I came home from New York that month after all these auditions, and I was like, ugh, yeah, if I can feel confident in New York, I will 100% feel confident in Houston to do literally any audition. So my first audition back was Tuts, and I don't remember what show it was. I don't remember. I want to say it was
You said chorus line?
Certainly I would not be stupid enough to go to the chorus line audition because I am not a dancer, y'all.
We move well.
I move well. I move okay. I move all right. You have to show me a few times.
Mediocre moving.
Yeah, you have to show me a few times like where my hands are going, but otherwise I'm okay.
What do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands? I love lamp. So anyway, I came home and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the vocal audition and kill it. And I did okay. I was all right. I thought I was pretty good. but
I imagine
you know, it was all right. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the ECC, the dance call. I'm going to do it. So I went, and I was too late. I was like 5 minutes late coming into the women's audition.
Don't get cast.
I was working that morning, so couldn't take off.
Don't ever be late.
Wow. So they said I could come back for the men's audition later in the afternoon. I was like, perfect, I'll be there. So I came back. There were like 30 men and 2 girls. Myself was the other girl. And it was just the worst experience of my whole life. It was awful. I tried real hard. I actually went out and bought myself a little purple leotard. The one I wore last night was the little purple leotard that I bought for the dance call. I know, she's cringing right now.
Also,
It was
my
bad.
dog is walking, so.
Hi, sweetheart. She might have to pee. Can you have to pee? There we go. This is Olive. She's
Oh,
a
you can't
sweet
see
girl.
her, but
She's
do you
sweet.
wanna say hi to the mic?
Say hi to Mike, Olive.
She stuck her nose in the mic.
She's a cute puppy. So anyway, I just embarrassed the hell out of myself, and there were some really great dancers there, and I remember feeling like such an idiot. Anyway, so that's why I don't go to Tut's dance calls anymore until I start taking more dance classes
You
with
need to
myself.
get up and try again, like I did.
Like I got cut real soon. Oh my gosh. Like it was bad.
Well, I always get cut, but it's also because I am not a small person.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6,
Tell us
7,
about
8.
your story.
My most embarrassing dance call is also from Tuts.
Yay.
I just moved to Houston from Greenville, South Carolina. F you old time.
Wow.
And
F you.
F you, some G Vegas.
All the time.
And I just graduated college, and I moved here in May. And I had no friends, and I did a show, and I got the lead in the show, or one of the leads. It was nonsense. There's like everyone's a lead in that show, but I got into it, and so I was like, oh, maybe performing is my calling. Maybe I can make a career out of this. And then I did a lot of research, and I figured out Tuts is where I needed to audition. So I went into the audition for Tuts, A Christmas Story, singing. Was fine, whatever. First professional audition, mind you, like professional. And then I went to the dance call where I met the wonderful Dana Lewis.
Woo!
I didn't know who she was yet, but I went and did the dance, and I was like, I learned choreography so easily, and I did the dance, and I was like, I'm the best. I can do this. I'm holding my own, even though I'm 200 pounds, and doing great. And then we went into the small group. Halfway through, I stood there, and I think I might have blacked out a little bit, and
That's
just
literally
like
every dance call.
and
for
then
me.
we get to the end, and I make it for the last like 8 count, and then I end like it was like kind of a dab how we ended it, but I dabbed the wrong way, and literally so the music
so
ended, so I'm
obvious.
dabbing the wrong way in the middle of this group among 2 really skinny girls, and I go, and then I switched my dab over. And then I was cut. But then I walked in, I did what you didn't know. I walked into my tap class that I had just signed up for, literally like 3 days later. And who's the teacher?
Dana!
But Dana! So I was like, oh my God. So I did the series, and it wasn't until the end of the series I was like, do you know who I am? And she's like, I was like, do you remember that girl who like miserably
Dabbed
failed at the dance call? And she goes, oh yeah! And now I work with Dana.
Yay! Dana is the best.
She's the
person in
best. It was
world.
just so funny. She's like, oh yeah, that was you. I remember. I'm like, no.
She's very straightforward. She will tell you if you're terrible. Has
and-
she ever told you you're terrible?
Not in those words.
She would. She would tell you if you're terrible.
Not
Don't
in
worry.
those words. No, I mean, like, since I started working with her, I've had the back fracture, so she
yes.
hasn't gotten to experience my dance moves.
Man, I just can't. I can count, y'all. I can count out loud. I can count. And when I was taking tap classes, I was doing pretty okay. And if you teach me a number, I will be okay. I just might fuck it up a little. I just can't remember sequencing.
I'm really good
can't.
at tap. That's the thing is, like, my second call at Tuts that I went to was tap. I think it was Mary Poppins, and
Yeah.
I killed it.
Hey.
But then I didn't get cast because I was a 200-pound tapper at that point. I think that's when I started losing weight.
You can
And then
still
I went
step
to
in line.
Oh, I know, and it was great.
step in
I
time.
stepped in time.
Step in time, step in time.
And in line.
And in line.
I nailed it. But I mean, I always go, you can nail whatever you want. But I mean, at the end of the day, it really just does come down to what you look like. And it sucks about our current industry,
does.
but it is what it is. And with that, I think we need another drink. Woo!
Oh my, is that gin?
It is vodka tonic. But it is bathtub gin.
Bathtub gin. I can taste
So
that.
it's vodka, but it's called bathtub gin. So it's infused vodka.
I'm going right back into my sexy hot chocolate. This is round 2.
Round 2. And I actually got the candy cane in it this time. Like cute and photo worthy.
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
Instagram worthy.
It's Instagram worthy.
Instagram at Wines and Dolls.
So anyway, are you ready for another story?
Your happy story?
Yeah, it's happy.
We'll end it on a happy note.
It ends happily. But you have another story, right?
No.
No?
I don't have happy auditions. Chelsea's shaking her head at me, and she's doing like the gristle
I'm gonna sip.
chomp with her mouth, or she's like, I don't know what else to say.
Ah!
Yummy,
Good.
yummy. You should have the vodka.
Vodka.
And vodka.
James bought me this little stuffed animal that's
Yeah.
got rice in it that you can put it in the microwave and it's like all warm and so he got it for me when I was sick. It's a snow leopard, little mini snow leopard with rice in its ass.
Rice in its ass.
And its ass. So you can heat it up and it smells like lavender and it's like warm and you just stick it on your chest. And for whatever reason, I was feeling extra drunk that night.
And you ate the rice.
I did not eat the rice. No, I heated it up and I put it on my chest. I'm like, ooh, this is hot. He's like, yeah, sexy. And I was like, well, it's a snow leopard. No. I was like, it's a snow leopard. Where are snow leopards from? And so he jumped on Google and he's like, well, there's some in Russia. I'm like, perfect, Russia. Let's name it a Russian name. What's Russian for cat? He's like, oh, it's Koshka. I'm like, cool. This thing's name is Koshka now. And so every time, Koshka is a sexual deviant. She's got a sexy hot ass. And every time Koshka comes out, Koshka sits on James and tries to hit on him.
Oh my god.
It's James.
I don't understand.
Hey, James, how you doing?
That's
Koshka.
I'm over here with my like owl I bought in college, and I thought it was so clever because I named it Judy, because in Spanish it's Hootie. Chelsea just spit out her chocolate.
I'm trying not to spit out my hot chocolate on your white couch.
Hootie.
Hootie.
Hootie. It's a D though,
Hootie.
because it's Judy.
Hootie. So anyway, here's my story. I'm sticking to it. So my other story, and this is a quick one, is I was auditioning for Texas Rep, like in 2007 or so. I was auditioning for Thoroughly Modern Millie.
The perfect musical.
The perfect musical. And of course.
In everything, because it is also
great.
It's racist. But
It's super
perfect.
racist. That's why people don't really do it. Because of the racism. But I just love the music so much. I love the show. I was a big fan of Sutton Foster before they announced the auditions. I was like, yes, I want to be Sutton. I want to be Millie. And I go in, and I'm one of the only people that can sing the high C. And so, of course, they want to cast me as Dorothy, which is great. And I like the Dorothy songs. I think it's great. I don't really know the storyline all that well, but I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, Dorothy, cool. So I go in, I do the singing thing, and then Luke Kirkwood was the music director. He took me all the way up to a high D or an E and was like, okay, cool, great, she's got the notes. And then I got a call back for it, and they ran out of time to do the dance call. They ran out of time. So, when on the form, it was like, what's your dance experience? I was like, I just left it blank.
Nope.
Because I had no dance experience. No. My background is I'm an opera singer, and I came from
Dancing
HBU.
in living room.
Dancing in living room, period. I took ballet classes when I was 6. So, I went in, I did great. We didn't have enough time to do the dance call, and I left it blank on my form that it said dance experience, and I was like, just leave it blank. That's fine. If they really want to know, they'll dance me. So they didn't dance me. Anyway, fast forward to a couple days later, I'm getting my wisdom teeth out. And it was great. It was fun. It was an experience. I went to a place. They did not knock me out, but they gave me a lot of great drugs.
Mine did too.
Like, you just got like a local anesthetic.
Yeah, and then they went the wrong direction. It was really bad. We'll talk
me
about that
too.
later.
Ooh.
Me too.
We'll whine about that
We'll
later.
worry about our
Cheers to bad doctors.
bad dental.
Jeez. All right. Anyway, so I get a phone call, and I'm on some very heavy medicine. I'm home with cotton in my mouth. Drinking my Slurpee, whatever Cottonmouth. I've got this
like
Slurpee thing in my hand, and they call me, and they're like, Chelsea, we'd love to offer you the role of Miss Dorothy. And I'm like, that's awesome, great, I accept. And they're like, but we didn't get to see you dance. We just want to make sure you can tap. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can tap. And they're like, and we want to make sure you know how to time step too. And I'm like, time step. Of course I did. Y'all, I had no fucking idea what a time step was at the time. Didn't know. Again, went to opera school. We did not have dance classes. Did not take any tap classes other than when I was in first grade, when I was a 6-year-old person, baby dance class. Didn't know what time step was.
That in babies.
You don't.
Baby tap
You
dance
don't. I was like,
class.
time step. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I got it. I'm on drugs.
Drugs and cotton balls.
Cotton balls. I can do anything in the world. And so I accept the role, and they're like really excited to have me. And we get to the first dance choreography day, and all I remember is Luke, the music director. I remember his face. He was watching Rachel and I doing the tap routine in the elevator, and I had to stop and go, "What's a flap?" And his mouth dropped open, went, "Buh." I was so embarrassed. I was like, I know y'all asked me if I could tap, but that definitely was while I was on drugs, and I forgot that I have to tap in this. So the choreographer for it, Kristen, was just the sweetest person in the world. She continues to be. Love her to death. But she worked really hard with me, and she taught me everything I know about tap. Now I know a little more than what she taught me, but I went to HBU because I was still in college. I went and I used the new stage that had just opened up. Nobody was renting it out yet. So I went and I was on stage every day in my tap shoes, working that routine, working my ass off in that routine. And you know what? My cousin, who's a choreographer on Broadway, came down to see the show, and she was like, wow, I know you're not a dancer, but that was pretty passable. I was like, thank you.
Pretty passable.
That's what we are, folks. We are pretty passable.
Emphasis on the pretty.
We are very pretty.
Pretty.
We pass.
Pass. It's passable. Yes, it's a spear now.
My candy cane has melted down, and my hot cocoa is now a spear for me to spear out Emily's eyes.
Yeah, when I give her all the corrections from last week's episode. Yep. Our first episode ever, and there were some corrections. It's not bad. Just a couple. So just know we're coming at it. So, you ready for this?
Ready.
That was a good story.
Thank you.
Pretty passable.
Pretty passable.
I learned how to tap from the Third Amount of Millie too. That's when I learned to tap.
Same.
And
it's
then
the best.
I'm now so good. I'm just kidding. I'm not
best.
the best.
She's gonna do.
I am the best in beginner
modern
tap.
Millie.
I would love to do Millie. Okay, so I love that. Anyways, I guess
you.
we'll go into some corrections.
Let's do it.
So last week we did Putnam County Spelling Bee. I said the whole thing ish. 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. There we go. Got it.
Thank you.
Ha ha ha. And I said that Jose Yana.
Oh.
He was Chip.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I think it's Yana or Jana because I think it's a Spanish name. Turns out it's actually Filipino. Right?
Oh.
He's from the Philippines.
Okay.
And so I texted Vincent, who is on Chit Chat Houston.
Okay.
One of my friends. And I'm like, how do you pronounce this? And he spelled it out for me. But me being a Caucasian American, I was unable to pronounce it.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. Here, let me show you what it looks like. Liana. He sent me LYA-NA.
It looks
Liana.
like Lana or Yana.
Oh, that was me
Or Jana.
asking.
Oh, that's you.
me. It's blue.
Liana. Liana.
Liana. So that's how you pronounce it. But we also know him from something else. You know what we know him from?
What?
He's El Gato in Wonderland. Did you see Wonderland?
No.
At the alley?
No.
Gregory Boyd? No? And then went to Broadway? We'll talk about it later.
I didn't see it.
He's El Gato. He's like the donkey character from like Shrek.
We're gonna make pancakes in the morning. We're gonna make waffles.
And El Gato is Spanish. Thus, he's a cat.
For a cat. Yeah.
He's a cat.
Yeah.
So that was my first correction.
If I know any word.
I know El Gato. And your other cat, Russian cat.
Goshka.
Goshka. I drink
Goshka.
non-alcoholic vodka, neat, very often. It's water with no ice.
I'm rolling my eyes
Just
right now.
blew Chelsea's mind. Okay, so that was my first correction. My other correction is the Book of Falsettos, which we talked about. It was written by William Finn, which we talked about, but it was also written by James Lapine, who was the director of Putnam.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they wrote it together. It wasn't just William.
Okay.
After I listened to our episode for a
think they
total of
named-
10 hours.
Ooh.
What?
Emily's put a lot of work into this.
first
I have
episode.
not. I drink and say things.
And I make you hot chocolate. No, I need you to say things. Because this is I inspire myself.
As long as she
We wouldn't have 30 followers at ATM.
needs me.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's today's episode.
it's all right.
A little intermission
good.
episode. We're trying to keep these around intermission time.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're at the theater by
At the
yourself,
theater.
I condone going to the theater by yourself. You don't have anyone else's negativity coming in on you. You just watch the show. So if you're sitting there and you're like, "Ugh, what do I do for 20 minutes during intermission? Go get yourself a
listen to
drink
us.
and then you come listen to us.
Get a drink.
Yes. Oh, she's holding it up to cheers.
Wait. Soundbite.
I don't save any of our sound bites.
Damn it, Emily.
No, though. So yes, and you can join our 30 followers on Instagram. Make that grow.
You can give us money too.
Well, yeah. First, go follow us on Instagram at Wines and Dolls, on Facebook at Wines and Dolls. You can find us on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Wines and Dolls. And you can be one of our donors. We'll get exclusive access to our Facebook group and some Facebook Lives and our Q&A. And is there anything else?
We won't strip for you,
We won't strip.
but I'll
for you.
put on makeup for you.
Yes, yeah. I can't make that same promise. Yes,
know?
if you join our private box seat tier.
I think we should just do, for our Patreon top tier members, the box seat people, should be just a video of Olive licking herself.
I mean, you can literally find it on Instagram at olivelou.hue.
She is licking her toes, y'all.
She's watching. She's looking at her. She knows she has to.
But
go
she's
on
in
the
a
plane tomorrow.
really cute pastel pink chair next to a really cute white Christmas tree.
You can find that
I'm
on
into
our
it.
Instagram.
It's on her Instagram.
Oh, you can find us on Twitter too at Wines and Dolls.
I don't tweet.
I know one of our followers, which is me.
Cool.
is tweeting. I'm tweeting at myself.
Who tweets anymore?
Jessica Vosk. Vosk 2020.
She tweets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And my other podcasts that I listen to.
Okay.
They all tweet.
I don't tweet.
Anyways, that's our show.
That's our show.
Enjoy the show that you're watching, maybe.
Woo!
Or just enjoy us. And we need to figure out how we're going to sign this out.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Emily.
And this is
Wines and Dolls.